2018 was initially set to be the biggest year for Fox's Marvel films. Deadpool 2, Dark Phoenix, and The New Mutants were all set to hit theaters simultaneously, followed up by Legion Season 2 and the sadly canceled Deadpool show, which was set to be created by the legendary Donald Glover. I think, aside from myself included, the film that brought about the most intrigue was Josh Boone's The New Mutants. After the trailer debuted back in October of 2017, something that I reacted to at the time of its debut, there was much speculation, especially given the fact that at the time, the movie was set to release on Friday the 13th of April 2018. But beyond that, this movie really had a lot going for it. For starters, it had a fan of the comic series at the helm and a star-studded cast paired against a horror aesthetic. A horror aesthetic in a comic book film is something of a rarity in today's era of comedic bad-filled superhero films. Looking at the trailer, it was further proof that Fox was very willing to continue to take chances on their comic book movies. They did this prior with Deadpool, which proved successful, then did it when they ended Wolverine's run with Logan in R-rated fashion. The trailer showed the kids Ilyana, Sam, Roberto, Danielle, and Rain Sinclair in a facility being hosted by Cecilia Reyes. The star-studded cast, which consisted of familiar names like My Wifey, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Heaton, and Maisie Williams, was also a big draw for fans as well. Then after the Mickey Mouse Fox talks became official, both Dark Phoenix and the New Mutants became the subject of wild rumors, as well as numerous delays. First came the 2 delays for Dark Phoenix, but the New Mutants has seen the worst of these rumors and numerous delays. What's interesting about these rumors surrounding the New Mutants is that it still isn't really clear what is actually what, because we've been fed so much information up to this point that all we know now is that the film will come out in 2020. For starters, the initial quote-unquote reasoning as to why the movie was initially delayed is because the movie needed reshoots to make the film more frightening, which was supposedly Fox's response to the movie It being a success. This was just the beginning of the rumors surrounding the film, none of which were officially confirmed. Later on, the film was delayed to February of this year, then shifted to an August 2nd, 2019 date. This seemingly didn't stop the rumors. Apparently, aside from John Hamm supposedly making a surprise cameo in the film, roughly 50% of the film was set to be reshot. Late last year, reshoots seemed to have commenced, but later it was confirmed that this wasn't the case. My wifey was asked earlier this year about the film, and while she expressed her excitement at being able to portray the Russian heroine Magic, she only said that the movie will, quote, be coming our way at some point, unquote, and provided evidence that there may be different cuts of the film. With more uncertainty as we inch closer to August, along with rumors of the movie being dumped on a streaming service, Disney Plus or Hulu, which is now fully owned by Disney, Disney revealed their slate of upcoming films at CinemaCon, which also included The New Mutants. Later on, it was finally revealed that the movie has indeed been delayed once again, and that it will release on April 3rd, 2020. Now, this is set to be the final film in the Fox X-Men saga, but the fact that they delayed the film this far out does still raise a lot of questions. Josh Boone has remained very silent on The New Mutants ever since the Disney-Fox deal, and the first delay of the film was revealed to the public. I mean, fans on his Instagram feed have been asking him repeatedly about the movie, and he has not said a single word or given a hint as to what has really gone on behind the scenes and what the final product will be. The never-ending rumors seemingly suggested that the initial cut tested as high as the first Deadpool, which is a bit of a head-scratcher in itself, but it seemed that Fox wanted to go all in and give Josh a chance to make the film exactly as he wanted it made, and not just the young adult movie that seemingly was the product that they tested. And in regards to reshoots again, we don't know what will be reshot. However, once the 2020 release date was confirmed, another rumor came about suggesting that the movie will almost be completely reshot and made exactly how Josh wanted it made, and that the movie will include Colossus, X-23, and the Demon Bear, and that the horror aesthetic will still remain, and that the movie will have a much bigger budget. Now, if all of this is true, this could turn out to be one of the most interesting comic book films we've seen so far. Some have speculated that this may quietly introduce the mutants into the MCU, given that the movie will now be distributed by Disney, and now that Disney has full control of Fox's movie studios. And with the big name stars that the movie has, and us not really knowing what the MCU has in store beyond Far From Home, Black Widow, and possibly Shang-Chi, Maybe this could be the thing that brings the mutants into the MCU playing field. Now, obviously, this is all speculation, and I suspect the New Mutants will be a one and done, despite Josh Boone's initial plans for a trilogy, but there are still so many questions surrounding the movie itself that at this rate I guess we should be thankful for a release date. I just want to see the movie release. I mean, Josh Boone is a fan of the comics, he worked hard on the film, and based on the reports, it seems like he and Fox were finally coming to terms as to how the final product should be released to the public. It was just a matter of timing, and then Disney unexpectedly stepping in and buying out Fox. I'm still looking forward to the New Mutants, and I hope for Josh Boone and the cast's sake that everything works out for the movie. Most recently, Dark Phoenix director had this to say in regards to the movie, and I quote, "Part of it was figuring out what the reshoots were going to be, the pickups, and the other part of it was getting that cast back together," unquote. The film seemingly will go into production later this year, but like I said earlier, I sincerely hope the New Mutants is the movie Josh Boone wants to make and not something unrecognizable and a corporate product and not like the first trailer.
I'm gonna ask you a series of questions.
Can you tell us about the New Mutants?
That it's coming your way at some point, and my character is sassy as fuck and mental and Russian and crazy, and I love her.